While you guys know me as somebody who always teaches how to have a timeless style, something that you can build and not have any regrets, especially when it comes to expensive things like trends, I believe that trends aren't always bad. They can be a reflection on how far we've come and maybe can be a reprieve from different things that we've been wearing for a long time. It also can be something where it shows where we are in society and culture at this moment in history that's really special. I do think that there are 5 absolutely beautiful trends that are happening at the moment that will bring us into the next year that I believe are safe. And what I mean by a safe trend is something where you could wear it now and then it ends up being something that is still very timeless, something you can own for years. Also, what's great about a safe trend is that it just happens to be popular right now. It's not necessarily something that anyone will think, wow, that was a unique moment and it's gone. We're not going to be covering those types of trends today. So I have some notes in front of me, but for the first trend that I believe is so wonderful for 2025 is the idea of waxed jackets. This could be something like a barber jacket, something where it's like really lightweight cotton, but then they put a covering that makes it a slightly more weatherproof. This is beautiful for something to do as a timeless style in Britain, but as far as the rest of the world is concerned, this might be the moment in history in which it is perfectly fine to make that investment and buy yourself a waxed jacket. Essentially, what you want to look for is a barn jacket, something that has big pockets, probably a corduroy collar, and then everything sort of feels a little bit boxy. While I don't necessarily think that boxy or short jackets are a petite's best friend, they are more neutral, and so they don't seem to sit on me kind of weird as a petite. It also looks so great to have those big pockets on the sides. I think that that's something that I like to play with a little bit with my hands and sort of zhuzh the material to work for me in that moment. I did a whole video on the different things I look for as a petite with coats recently and went through a lot of the different myths that petites live through when trying to find a good coat for this year. If you want to do a deep dive and watch that video. But for today, what I think is so lovely is having something that is sort of weather resistant as a light jacket. Something that maybe is insulating in the fact that there is no breeze that will get through or penetrate this coat, and yet at the same time you can layer with it in a really lovely way because it is supposed to be a bit oversized and more masculine in its fit. So not only are these jackets very timeless, I mean they're something that the royals wear for years and years, as you've seen probably on The Crown time and time again when they go off to Scotland for a bit. But I also think that it's lovely because it does have that charm of an academia vibe a bit, and at the same time it's incredibly practical. My family that I married into, they had a farm in Wisconsin, and so having a coat that is a barn jacket is like perfectly reasonable for a practical purpose. And then at the same time, it can create a very stylish edge, something that gives you that like a hair of masculinity to a more feminine style. So I like to sort of dabble in that way and make my outfits have that sort of like balance between the feminine and masculine elements, and a barn jacket's gonna do that. The next timeless, safe style that's happening right now, as well into 2025 as we can predict, is the color brown. This is something that I'm so happy about because there's so many times I've done these trend videos and I will tell you that like Barbie pink is on the horizon or bright neon green, and most people are not going to love those colors in their wardrobes very long, if at all. And so it's so nice to just wake up in 2024 and say brown is trending. And what's lovely, the way people are wearing it right now, is either in a tonal like monochrome way where you wear it head to toe and it feels very elegant and sophisticated, and maybe that outfit would have been all black at one point, but now we're sort of moving it into this soft, elegant, rich, indulgent color of brown, and yet it is understated. The other thing about it is that it is something that could work for most skin tones. Not all, like not everyone is going to look like they just came back from vacation wearing brown, but for most people you can work with different things like experimenting with how deep of a brown that you're going to wear, or how light, or maybe a cooler brown as you start to add more blues into it as a subtle note, or you could move it more like a rich brown by adding more of these like red tones to it, or maybe just a hint of an orange to it. And so you can sort of work through which brown is going to work for you. You can do that really well by experimenting on those colors with seasonal pieces, as I talked in my last video. And another way that you can wear it is through mixing it with black pieces. This was almost taboo a few years back, but I've never really had a bad day where I am styling black and brown together. I'm actually doing it at the moment with my gloves in my very chilly taping room. But what I do love about this idea of brown being this beautiful color is that if you experiment with adding this color, you will not regret it. It is something that is so beautiful, timeless, enchanting. Like, it's just probably my favorite color to wear in general. And so I'm just very happy to announce that it is a safe trend to try now and well into next spring. The next safe trend is a suede bag. What's great about a suede bag is that it's probably going to be brown as well, but it doesn't have to be. The idea of this is to experiment with the beautiful texture that is suede. It is soft and muted, and yet it picks up on the light really well. You can work on this with a larger bag than normal. Hold on. In fact, Vogue called this the anti-trend bag because it is so incredibly timeless. And while you might think that a suede bag is something specific to fall and probably always has been as a trend or a style to wear this time of year, we're seeing them even on the spring runways. So we know that if we get it now, we can still wear it well into next year, at least until probably summer, and then you'll probably pull it out again next fall. So this is a timeless bag that you can invest in now and reuse throughout the years to come. At the same time, it is really important, if you've never used suede before, to take care of it. So you want to be sure to get a suede protectant spray. Maybe try it in a small corner first before you put it all over the bag. And then I also like to have a suede brush so that I can make it look beautiful and clean, and then also get a suede cleaner. So if there's anything that gets marked on it, you can take care of that pretty quickly. So even as a gift idea, if you were to give somebody a suede bag, you could fill that bag with these suede care items like the brush, the cleaner, and the protectant spray, and then give that as a gift where the person doesn't even have to think about it, and it feels like a really beautiful, thoughtful gift that I think most people would love. The next safe trend that we're seeing not only in fashion but also in interior design is mixed metals. And if you're a millennial like me, maybe this feels so wrong, but it actually is fun to play with. I think as a millennial, we've experienced a decade of silver, like anti-gold, and then we had a full period of just wearing gold jewelry only. And so to mix them, I just think that it is actually something to not fear, but find as an incredibly chic and effortless thing. A lot of times the most beautiful outfits seem a little bit careless and not too matchy-matchy. And that's what mixed metals will do as a trend right now. The other wonderful thing about this is that it sort of diversifies your portfolio of jewelry. So if you are sort of investing in a lot of jewelry right now, you wouldn't have only invested in, say, gold and then find out in a couple years that gold is suddenly like dated. So instead, you're sort of dabbling into a few different types. So what would happen if you were to have a bunch of gold jewelry and then you just unexpectedly created harmony in your outfit by switching one or two pieces out for silver? So the brands that I see doing this really well right now are Majuri and Misoma, they will mix metals within a piece itself. And then also Pamela Card Jewelry, she just started adding a bit of silver to her collection, and she always creates beautiful pieces. I've loved getting to know her online a bit through all of the things that she has created. This last trend is not only a safe trend, but one that I am so thrilled about as a petite. If you want to look taller and slimmer as a petite on bottom, I've covered this in detail, how wearing darker pants or jeans is always going to slim and lengthen. So this is wonderful that dark denim is trending right now. We've seen black jeans, we've seen light jeans. I'm not getting rid of either of those at all, but as we can see on the horizon, we're seeing a lot of dark denim, and this is so beautiful. It not only is something that visually will change your appearance, but it also is very sophisticated. If you want to create a very chic and timeless outfit, a dark denim will be your friend in this way. Light denim is just naturally more of a casual look and might be in addition on something that's a bit more baggy, and this would create a more widening and casual experience to the look of your outfit. Whereas something that is dark denim, whether it's baggy or wide leg or barrel leg or skinny, it's always going to lengthen, and that is a beautiful, safe trend, probably one that has never gone out of style that I can remember, which is amazing because I feel like jeans go with the wind on trends like crazy. And I find that disheartening as someone who's trying to model the way that clothing can essentially change the look of a person by something that is so critical to get right in your wardrobe from day one is a pair of jeans. And so the fact that we can look toward the future with dark denim in our hands is just going to make all of our outfits shine for years to come. And then you can explore with other sorts of seasonal pieces or trends on things that you want to show your personal style more than this classic basic of a denim. So I'll leave it there with those 5 trends that are perfectly safe to invest in right now and bring with you into the next year and probably years to come. Hopefully this didn't sound too weird. I've got a little bit of a cold going on, so I'm going to go upstairs, get cozy, and just have a beautiful winter's day. And I hope that you enjoy this season as much as I am, and I will catch you guys soon.